Biohacker Summit for another exciting interview. I have here Alex
The most
Aziz,
exciting interview.
The most exciting interview. I have no idea what you do except that you're an amazing artist. Can you tell us why are you here at the Biohacker Summit?
I'm not an artist. I just got the artist badge.
Oh.
Okay. We are sponsoring a couple of things at the event, and if you look at the lanyard, it says the ultimate biohack with a question mark. Because it's the challenge
For all of
question.
those who don't know what a lanyard is, because that's a word I just recently used, the strap that goes around your badge, which we're going to show you here in a second. This is it.
1,000 words.
Yes. Bio-Cybernaut Brainwave Training. So that's yours, and you are official sponsors here at the Biohacker Summit.
Correct.
Tell us about that.
Correct. So why we're asking is it the ultimate biohack? It's because mainly at the top of the scene, the real authorities, any one of those who has done this is basically coming back from the experience and saying that it is the best thing that they've done. And what it is a 7-day retreat kind of experience where you go in and you get wired up in the morning to some EEG electrodes. That's brainwave readers.
Okay.
And you go into a chamber and you can hear your brainwaves.
Wow.
And the process is around lifting up the state of your consciousness into higher alpha brainwaves, which is the creative brainwave state, the meditative brainwave state, the calm meditative brainwave state. And it teaches you how to access those kind of brainwave states, and you come out of it upgraded. Research showing 11.7 IQ boost, 50% creativity increase, and 15.8 EQ, or people skills, emotional quotient.
In just 1 week.
In 7 days.
Did you say that you're in a tube?
It's a chamber.
It's
like a dark room with like surround sound for the brainwave audio, the feedback. And there's also research showing that 7 days of this experience is equal to 21 to 40 years of Zen meditation practice.
That's insane.
Yeah,
and you're in this room for the whole 7 days, or you're there a few hours a day, or how does it work?
What people normally do is 2 chamber sessions per day. And that's where you do the neurofeedback. You do these protocols that have been designed over decades of this work. Mainly, one of the big ones is around forgiveness. So what Max was saying the other day is that like a lot of this biohacking stuff is about pumping hot air into the balloon to make you go higher. This is more about releasing the sandbags which are holding you down. So your traumas, unconscious things, surfacing them, identifying them, releasing them, and allowing you to kind of thrive and grow. And
that's really fascinating.
There's a lot of therapy around it. So there's the chamber time where you're doing the neurofeedback and doing the protocols. And then there's a lot of therapy where we go through the results, the readings, and we are trying to find what is holding you back. What is the stuff that you're not telling yourself that is holding you back, that kind of thing.
Fascinating. So you actually have professionals who are reading your outcomes and not just talking off the top of their heads, but actually scientifically telling this is what we need to dig into or work on.
Exactly, the trainers. So they're fully schooled up. Another thing is Tony Robbins is a main supporter or main sort of ambassador, non-commercial. It's one of the best things he's done, so he sends a lot of people through. Yeah. So
and this company, where is it based in the world?
There are 3 locations. The closest to here in Europe is Meyerhofen in Germany, which is like about 2 hours from Munich. Then there's Arizona and British Columbia, Canada.
And this is something that individuals or companies or who can try this experience?
Absolutely. So first of all, you have to be able to afford it. It's not cheap.
Yes.
It starts at 15K euros here or US for the 7 days. The recommended, most people go for the 20K. So first of all, there's like a little bit of a constraint on who can afford it. But
what's the other package? There's 1 week, and then what's the other option?
That's it. Then it goes up from there. If you're training with Dr. Hart, it's much more expensive. But
if you're training, what did you say?
Dr. Hart himself, with the
founder,
the creator,
yeah. Okay.
But it's definitely it's definitely worth it.
Do you see?
But that's the biggest constraint is affordability.
Price.
The other thing is what it's used for. So I like the idea of leadership development, team building, professional development. So coming in with your business partners and the people you work with, and really tuning that relationship and releasing all of the kind of baggage that you guys have working together. That's one side. Then there's also the personal life, coming in with your life partner and coming together and releasing whatever baggage that you guys have got unconscious, that you, like, leaving the toilet seat up, whatever it might be, or really deep stuff. You stole my childhood or whatever, that kind of thing. So, there's a lot of deep work around those kinds of areas. So it's one of the most powerful vehicles for that. So team building, professional development, personal life.
It's great to know that there are these kind of solutions out there for people who feel like, I've tried everything, nothing works. And even in terms of cost, if you think of $15,000 here in Finland, it costs €100 or more to see a psychologist for 1 hour or a therapist.
We have a lot
Many
of therapists.
Don't even have tools for that.
100%. No, we have a lot of therapists coming through because we do more with their client in 7 days than they've done in 7 years. And I have to see what the hell happened here to know how you guys solved these problems that I didn't solve in
powerful
years of therapy.
And is it just your hearing? You said your biofeedback, basically.
Brainwaves.
So in essence, to simplify it, is it just getting in touch kind of with really who you are?
It's there are a series of protocols that are designed over decades of having done this stuff and seeing what works. But it's assisted with the brainwave feedback. So that's how you know that you're actually doing something. So it's kind of like going into this meditative state with these protocols which are designed, and following those protocols so that you know that you're in the creative state, in the problem-solving state. So that's the kind of secret sauce, I guess.
What kind of future do you see for this? Is this something you'd like to make available to the world, or how do you see that it might change the world long term?
That's a very, very good question, a very difficult question, and a very challenging question, because it's not easily accessible. There are two people, full-time, 12 hours per day, supporting the process. I would love to figure out how to make it more accessible, more scalable, etc. That's work in progress, but it's a big challenge.
Well, Einstein said we can't change the world's problems on the same level of thinking that created them, so maybe we should start kind of with the people in government or making the decisions that sort of impact the world.
That's exactly one of the lines that we use in the training. So you can't solve problems in the same brainwave state that they were created in.
Very fascinating.
That's in the orientation, that exact quote.
Okay, we're so happy that you're here and sponsoring this event. Where can people go to learn more about this?
I would recommend BioCybernaut, BioCybernaut.com.
So kind of like astronaut, but BioCybernaut.
Explorer of inner space. And follow us on Instagram at BioCybernaut, BioCybernaut, BioCybernaut.
I think there's not a person in the world who doesn't want to cut their self-development and growth into a week and get that super boost
I think it's the most powerful vehicle.
Be a better human being.
For human transformation available to humanity right now.
It's so inspiring to know that something like that even exists.
We're looking forward to having you.
I am going to be there for sure. I'm really inspired to hear this. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you.